So happy Thursday, happy Thursday, happy Thursday. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Hopefully, you're having a good week. I know I am. Been having some fun trading this week. Absolutely excited about this weekend. Got just a lot of good stuff going on over the next couple of days. Um, if you've been watching me, and I wanted to jump on here really quick, primarily for my hold on, where am I streaming at? Give me a second here. Copy. Where you at, Facebook? Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back with y'all here in just a moment. I just need to post this link into my. There we go. So, there we go. So I may have a couple of guests just jump on me. Yeah, StreamYard just did this really cool new deal. I saw it pop up yesterday that when you have a guest on, you can give them the option to actually stream your live into their, rather than just like share it from your page where they'd have to like sort of get off StreamYard, go to their page and share it. StreamYard apparently has an opportunity inside this software that you can, if you have a guest on, they can actually share it to their timeline. I think that's what it said. I didn't really pay attention. Anyway, let me come back to being focused. I'm going to jump in here and go through this real quick. Don't have a lot of time this morning. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I just want to share sort of what happened yesterday. I set a goal, or I basically said at the beginning of the week that if you're positioning yourself right and you're paying attention to what's going on with the money this week, you could literally have a $10,000 week trading. At least that was my goal. And I'm happy to say I'm about $400 away from that goal, and it's not even Friday yet. So hopefully I'll get a chance to trade tomorrow. If I can, I will definitely do that. It looks like Heath jumped on here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and do some screen share stuff. Get this out of the way. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time. So let's go to present and share in Windows. All right, so this is TradingView, and I've actually got this set on the 1 minute chart. First of all, I want to say this, right? It's when you're learning to trade, you've got to learn the whole deal, right? If you want to get good at creating money sort of on demand, right? I've basically got a 4-hour work week set up. Maybe if you do it in 90-minute segments, it's I don't know, what's 90 times 5? 4.5 hour work week. So just depends on how you set that up, right? You can literally trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday once you learn the skill, and you can make a nice little bit of money. See, I got my cool little inspired cross up here in the corner here. Let me move that out of the way. It's fine. I'll leave it up there. So this is TradingView. It's set on the 15-minute chart. The very first thing that you're going to learn when you learn how to trade is you've got to go way out, zoom way out. I know the overall trend. If you go out to the daily on this, the overall trend for the US 30 has been a selling trend. So any trade that you take that's not a sell is a counter trend move, even if you're scalping, right? For example, and I'm just going to leave that right there. I'll come back in details. So I'm going to go back in time just a little bit. Right, this is going back into Tuesday's deal. On Tuesday, and I do this, and again, I've learned how to use the Fibonacci pivots to help me enter trades, right? And it's just watching the dance. And I know typically, and you can go back and do some back testing and things like that. It's just a matter of looking for patterns. Once you figure out the pattern, once you figure out the dance, once you figure out I can use martial arts, so I don't want to spend a lot of time in this. I just want you to say you need to get into a class. If you're not enrolled into a formal education class and you don't have patience to sit down and learn this stuff for 18 to 24 months, don't even try it, right? Unless you're stupid smart and you can figure stuff out very quickly, and you have a whole lot of money that you can lose, I wouldn't even try this. So you need to open up. You need to enroll in a formal education class. If you want one, I can refer you to one. you need to practice on a demo account for 18 to 24 months. And I would suggest you commit to 3 to 5 hours a week learning how to trade before you even go into a live account. I'm going to say that right there. I'm just going to leave that there. I don't want to make money, whatever. I'm just going to say that. So yesterday, or you can't have a $10,000 week, right? So Fibonacci pivot. I watched this and I said, I know a couple of things. One, I know in trades, they're going to go one or three directions. This direction, which is a ranging move, they're going to go into a long position or a buy, or they're going to go into a short position or a sell. There's only three ways they can go. They can't go backwards, right? They're going to go to the right, they're going to go up, or they're going to go down. And the two ways you're going to make money are the ups and the downs in trading. This isn't investing in stock. So as a trader, I made a ton of money right here. Ton of money on Tuesday, like stupid, just really big money on this move right here, right? A lot of money, money. Got a little bit crazy coming into the evening time. Is just like all over the place. And I'm showing you this because one of the things that I do is I use what I call sell stop orders, where I take a look at the market and I set what I call setting traps. That's my terminology. I just created it. It makes sense in my brain. That's why I call it that. So I'll go in and set sell orders in here. So I set one in here, set one in here. And as this price moved through there and entered, opened, activated the trade, closed it, made money, opened, entered, activated the trade, made money, closed it. And then, of course, when trades get down to the S3, into the what I call the S3 zone, this is my S3. I don't trade in this area. Typically, I do not trade in this area. I just wait for price to go wherever. And there's some other indicators that I use to help this as well. Moving in, I'm doing this because I want to get into today. Again, nice move here. This candle, huge amount of money right here. But this counter trend trade, I wouldn't take that trade. It's simply a counter trend. There's EMAs in here. There's all kinds of stuff. Did an EMA cross. And basically, price did the same thing moving into this day. Here's my Fibonacci pivot for today. You see it's bouncing up, bouncing back and forth between this price, came up along my EMA, was fighting. And this is where it became fun. I looked at this, right? I looked at this last night because this rolled in here about 7 o'clock. And I said, I'm going to do two things. I set an alert here just in case price decides to go this way. I'm going to get an alert. It's going to fire off. Typically, price is going to come up to a resistance level. Right? Typically, price is going to come up to a resistance level. It's going to hang out in this area, and it's going to bounce back down this way. If it makes it through the resistance level, there's a pretty good chance it's going to hang out here, and it's going to run up to R2, and it may run all the way up to an R3 position. That would be a huge counter trend move based on, past analysis, back testing and things like that. It would have been a big, it doesn't mean it couldn't happen in the news, but it didn't. So I didn't. I just set my alerts just in case. If price starts heading this way, then I probably would have went in and set myself a buy stop order in this area, because typically when it goes through here, it does all the way up this, then it turns around and comes back the other way. Didn't happen. So what I did was I knew based on the overall trend is a selling trend. I came in and set a sell stop order here. I set one way down here just in case, right? This is a just in case that price just decides to do one of these moves again and just decides to and take off and run down through. I want to catch all the money I can. So I set this trade here. I caught the money on this one, on this move coming down here. And I'm actually going to zoom in here a little bit to talk about what this is. You can see I set sell stop order on March 15th, which was yesterday at 7:30 p.m. in the evening. I set those moves, right? So simply because I had a feeling that price was going to move through that area, that zone. Didn't know exactly where. It should probably be closer over here, but that's where it happened. That's where I set it up. And then I did one this morning here. I set a sell stop order. So let's zoom in on this a little bit. Let's come down to the 5 minute. So as you can see in the 5 minute, let me do a refresh. On my 5 minute chart, let's scoot this over here. See if I can grab it. There we go. I set that one. This one belongs right here, right? So as price moved through this zone, right, as it moved, as it activated, you can see it activated this candle right in here. It activated, it hit, came up just a little bit. Actually, it was this. Yeah, it was this candle right here. It actually hit it. I think this is a little bit off because I moved it. But it hit on this candle right here. It activated this. And I actually closed this because I was in profit because I just saw this candle. So I went ahead and closed. Hey, Brian, what's going on? So I went ahead and closed this. I went ahead and closed it, just took the money. Sometimes you just have to take the money and run, right? Just take the money and run. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, but I wanted to show you that. Again, counter trend move, right? I'm not going to take any trades and all this craziness in here. I grabbed a little bit of liquidity, grabbed some money on this trade. Then here's where it becomes fun when you're scalping, right? Come down to the 1 minute. Let's hit a refresh on this. Come back over to this morning. Right. So you can see there's all kinds of money. There's all kinds of money in here. Made some money. I set this sell order to make money from here to here. You can see I entered the trade. It activated. Now, as this trade is running for this sell order, it's bouncing back and forth. I set my sell stop up here. I must have messed with this a little bit somewhere because it was up a little bit higher. I didn't want to get stopped out because I knew overall it was going to bounce a little bit. It's going to go up and down. Took a trade here, took another, entered another trade here. Again, these are scalping moves. I'm not setting sell stops. I'm not setting stop losses. I'm simply executing, opening the trade, closing the trade, executing, opening the trade, closing the trade. I'm not doing any counter trend moves, right? Anything that's a buy, I'm not taking because it's a counter trend and it's going to run above my EMA. I'm looking for trades below my EMA. I took this trade here. Right. Again, this trade didn't do anything in this move. Took this trade here. Right. A really, really nice move. And right at this candle right here at 9:09-ish, I think it was actually this candle here, somewhere right around 9 o'clock, I had wrapped up my day, hit my $1,000 goal, and I was done. And here's the cool thing about it. If you're looking at this, right, when I come back into this day, you'll notice this is my S1, this is my P. Remember what I said? Price will come from here. It'll typically head down here. It'll hang around and do something. If it did break through this zone, and this is a zone, if you back test, this is like the 31.4 zone. If you go all the way back to last summer, this is where price came into this area a ton of times. It almost came down to that zone again. I set my, like I said, I showed you here a little bit before. I've got this order down here just in case, right? It busts through this zone, but it didn't. It turned around. Now, there's a lot of money right here, right? This is a counter trend move. You could have taken this move. However, if you would have been like, oh, there's buyers. Now, if you just got in and got out, got in and got out, got in, got out, got in, got out, got in, got out, got in, got out, you would have made some money on the run. You can see there's an EMA cross right here. Got a little bit of consolidation. It's still running up. Now, here's my alert that I set for yesterday, right? I went in and set this if sell stop order way down here, right? The reason I did that is because there's a pretty good chance, price always does that, it's going to turn around and come. I'm done trading for the day, right? I did my daily goal. I don't need to go in and get any more trades. However, this trade may, if it's going to bust this alert, I'm going to check this. So two things are going to happen when it runs up to R1. It's going to come up here, do a little consolidation, and come back down this way. And then do some stuff down here. It may break through this and come all the way back down through here. Or if it busts through my R1 and comes up above here, if I have a candle break here and then I have a second candle bust up this way, there's a pretty good chance it's going to run all the way up to R2 and do the same thing. But we'll see where the end of the day, because we only got like 6 trading hours left, or actually 5.5 hours because the market closes at 4 Central Standard Time. So there's about 4.5 hours left in the day to do whatever it's going to do. I'm done trading for the day. I don't have to do anything. So when you're scalping, right, again, these are scalping trades. When we get down into here and we're looking at these moves, right, here's your actual 1 minute, right? Again, a lot of money in this move, right? A lot of money in this move. If you would have ran here and opened this trade because it bounced off the S1 down here. So go with the S1. I know it's going to come up to here in this move. My EMA moved. My EMA changed over there. Somebody needs to mute. Here we go. I muted you, Brian. The counter trend move here would have moved up. You see, I've got my MACD down here in the bottom. Gave me a green dot. I've got a green dot. I've got a nice spacing between my MACD lines. I cross my 0 line here. I'm above my EMA here, but I'm not above this EMA yet. So I might have waited, right, to enter a trade on this move, if I was going to do a counter trend trade, I would have waited till everything is here above this. Again, be conservative, right? Don't be greedy, be conservative. I enter here. The second I would have entered, you see the sellers jumped in, my brain would have gone, dang, bad decision, right? I could have closed the trade. It doesn't really matter. It ran up here. Again, remember, things are going to happen when it gets to the fib and to the P area. It's either going to do some consolidation. However, I've got a cross here, which tells me everything is pushing up. It's pushing up. It's pushing up. Got some sellers jumped in the market, tried to come back here. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to enter a trade right there, right? However, I do have sellers jumping in the market at my MACD. What'd you say, Brian?
So I have a question. When can I ask a question now, or should I wait? Or
yeah, go ahead.
Don't mean to interrupt. Sorry. When you're scalping, how do you know when to place your buys or your sells? Is it just by feel, or are you waiting for candles? What triggers your decision when the market is in its, I guess, momentum? Like, how do you know when to do that and when not to do
it? You've heard me say the P word, right? Practice. One is, and this is me scalping. If somebody else has a different scalping technique, that's completely on them. Like I said, I only scalp in the direction of the trend. Somebody could have took a counter trend move here and actually entered trades and done all this kind of stuff. I'm only going to scalp in the direction of the overall trend. The overall trend of the US 30 is a selling trend. So I'm scalping in this direction, right? I'm not going to I'm just going to sit and wait, right? Aaron Shepard says, one of his words is, you get paid to wait, right? You seriously get paid to wait. There's a lot of money here. Somebody probably took this move. If they got in here and closed out here, they made a lot of money. If they didn't, they've got a lot of consolidation going on. They probably still got some money in here. They can close that trade out and make some money. However, the trade that I am now looking for, Brian, are trades coming back in this direction. Let me turn on my cloud, right? So everything here tells me that's buyers are in the market. The biggest challenge right now is I've got my lagging span in my price. To answer your question when scalping is I only scalp in the direction of the overall trend. So if I'm going to scalp, let me clear all of this stuff off my chart here so we can see this. So you can see these candles, some big candles, some small candles, some small candles in this area. This would have been a scalping move, right, in the direction of the trend. I would have opened on this candle, right, and moved here. But the better is on my EMA. And this is how you say, well, how do you know when to enter a trade, right? All of these candles are underneath my EMA. If I turn on my cloud, all of these candles are underneath my cloud, right? Moving in this direction. Everything changed and went in this direction this morning. So to answer your question, one, it just takes practice of knowing when to get in. But on a trade, on a candle, a move like this, you're in and out in 20 seconds. You're not waiting. It's you open it, you look at your MT4 on your phone, you're looking, it's in profit, $20, $50, $100. If it's moving and it's profitable, hit the close button and take the money and run, right? That's what you're looking at. You're not looking for the complete candle to close or the next candle to open. You're really opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing. Here's another one, candle right here, open and close. That was like a $200 or $250 candle. Depending again on your lot size, your balance of your account, all that stuff. If you're on a small $500 account and you've got a 0.01, this might have been $3 on this candle, right? In this move, again, same thing, right? This is counter trend, right? I'm not going to move on these. I'm just watching my candles and knowing, and then I'm going to look at when I turn my pivot on here, I'm going to look at where my pivot is. Doesn't really have anything to do with my pivot. It more has to do with buyers and sellers in the market for my MACD and looking at the candle in relationship to my EMA, right? This is a trade right here, right? When it comes down into this area, it starts getting a little bit funky. I'm really close to my S1. made my profit by the end of the day, I'm out. But to go back and answer your question is look at where the candle is in relationship to the EMA, right? Look at everything else in relationship. You've got your MACD down here is pretty flat. You've got to look at quite a few parameters. And sometimes it's just a feel, right? You've just got to feel it and practice with it. Say, I see the trade. If your brain says enter the trade and your gut says do it, just hit the trigger. But you've got to be very, very fast when you're trading and you're scalping. You have to be ridiculously fast. I'm not, even though this is a lot of money in here, this is a counter trend trade for me. I've made my money for the day. I don't need to do anything else in terms of trading. Someone else might have opened this and ran with it. Here's another way that you can do this that might help is you go to Heikin-Achi candles, right? This might help a lot in terms of when to get in and get out of a trade, but you've also got to watch your MetaTrader. You got to watch the balance, whether you're negative or positive. So if I'm using Heikin-Achi candles, right, here's my move. I'd enter on this candle. I could get out depending, because the candles are starting to get smaller. I might get out on this candle, and it's just learning how the candles work. In Heikin-Achis, the smaller the candle, the more likely the trend is to trade, but you're also going to be looking at your phone for positive money. You're going to be looking at MT4, and I say my phone because I don't use MT4 on the desktop. I'm just looking at it to be in the positive. If I'm in the positive and my goal is to be at $500 for the day, I might have to take 6 $25 trades, right? I might have to just do, or whatever $500 is, right? 8 or 10 $25 trades, right? So it's going to be trade, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, and then just wait. I might not get to that goal, right? So hopefully I answered your question for you. It's just practice. Sometimes the Heikin-Achi candles can help you get in and get out of a trade, get a really good idea on the trend. Again, here's a candle, Heikin-Achi. This is a really, really good trade right here. Here's a possible one. Again, you just really got to look at your candles, and it's just practice and feel. You got to look when the candle's going to open. One of my secret top sauces is I look at countdown timers on a candle, right? And I'll show you this. So over here on the right-hand side, I've got a countdown. See where it says 57, 56, 55. Very, very small candle. There's no trade here. There's nothing. Candles are too small. I'm right on my EMA. There's nothing happening on this candle. But however, if a sell candle starts to break below my EMA here, and then I see another candle, I'm going to wait till this timer gets to 45 seconds, 44 seconds. When that candle's running, that's when I'm going to enter a trade. And I know it's going to run back to this direction. However, I've got an EMA down here, so this would be a huge, huge move. I want price to be below this. I want to have a whole lot of indicators in this before I enter any more sells. One, price that needs to be below my cloud. It needs to be below this EMA. My lagging span needs to be below my price. And of course, my MACD down here needs to tell me sellers are in the market before I'm entering any more sell trades. I don't care what the candles are doing. I need to look at everything up here to say, okay, now when price is back down here in this zone where I set my, if price comes this direction move, right? When it's back down here and it's underneath my P, there's a pretty good chance that sellers are going to be back in the market. That's when I would enter a trade if I'm awake and looking at the chart. So hopefully that answered your question. It really does. It really does when it comes to trading. It just takes practice, 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 demo account, demo account, demo account, and then you're going to find you'll find your trading chi, right? You'll get in there and get out. For people that took this counter trend move right here, that's a lot of money, like probably $4,000 or $5,000 in this move, depending on your account size and your lot size. I know on mine, this definitely would have made a lot of money in this move. Hey, thanks, Doc Shirley. So if you're going to learn how to trade, right? I got to use a martial arts analogy. You have to show up to class. You can't just sit off on the sidelines and just watch the guy spar. You need to get in and spar and learn the techniques, and then you're going to get kicked a couple of times. You're going to get slammed to the mat a couple of times, and you're going to get back up, and you're going to figure out your stances, and you'll get, the more you practice, the better you get. And eventually, when you get ready to actually go into a real tournament and you get your butt kicked, right? You're going to get into a real tournament. You won't lose as many times. You'll win more than you lose because you've practiced. And I think the downfall of most people that get into trading is they don't have the patience to learn, right? They don't have the patience to spend 18 to 24 months, 3 to 5 hours a week learning how to trade. If you got more time to learn how to trade than that, great. I'll close with this. Don't over indicator yourself to death, right? Some people have so many indicators on their charts that it creates an indecision. I only use the cloud as a backup just to get a general idea on where price is going. I use my Fibonacci pivots. That's my primary trading tool. Fibonacci pivots and EMAs and the MACDs. That's what I use to trade, right? And I've got really gooderific at figuring out how these bad boys work. And again, like I said, I've got the Fibonacci candles in here. It cleans it up a little bit for the overall trend in how it moves. I can turn those off. A little bit messier, looks more like a Christmas tree. But once you figure stuff out, right? Buyers in the market. And you see I still got my alert set right here. Price hasn't made it above this alert area. So who knows? It may hang out in this area. It may do some stuff like this. It may break through up here. I'm done trading for the day. And I'll come back tomorrow and sort of see where stuff is at if I get a chance to. But I appreciate you guys. Love everybody for showing up. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome weekend. I know I'm going to. And I had put out a challenge. I think I'm going to do this publicly. I'd actually put it out to my private group. Next week, Tuesday, I'm going to do a prospecting blitz challenge. I'm probably just going to do it live on like all my channels, which I think is absolutely fun. If you want to participate in the prospecting blitz challenge that I'm going to do, that's just for building your business. It has nothing to do with trading at all. This is strictly building your business on prospecting. If you've ever done one for me today, I run for 7 days. It's a lot of fun. Might throw them some prizes. And it's all about just honing that skill of growing your business and prospecting and reaching out to people. If you want to participate in that, we can have fun doing that because I actually, outside of trading, actually have a business that I sort of build on the side too, or in addition with, or alongside of, or however you want to put that. So I love you. I appreciate you. Have an absolutely awesome weekend. If you want to participate in the Prospecting Blitz Challenge and you want to go there, it's fun, right? It's a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing that starting on Tuesday. I love you. Appreciate you. Jesus loves you. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. I'm on a mission to have more leaders and help you make a lot of money. It sounds like price just busted through my alert over there. So I'm going to go check that out and see where it is. Who knows? Maybe I'll set up a buy order if it actually busts above, a buy stop order if it busts above that second alert, above that R1. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.